What's up, everybody? Crazy 8 here, and this time from Studio Series we are looking at Apelinq from Rise of the Beast. This is number 118 in the Studio Series line. So let's take a look at the box and then we'll get into the figure. So this is the old school Studio Series packaging, has backdrop and is numbered. No longer, and it's also plastic-free packaging, which is no longer the case going forward. There was a sale on Big Pet Toy Store, and I picked them up for cheap. That's how I got them. But anyway, so you got the Studio Series box. You got Apelinq right here, image from the movie 118. Right there you have Apelinq. This side of the box you have a nice image of him, and he is a leader class. This side you got another image from the movie. Back of the box you got a product shot of both modes. You got him in ape mode and you got him in robot mode. And he comes with a matrix as well. Up top it says big screen inspiration scale, details and backdrop. It says jungle, planet, fight, and different languages. That's all different languages up here. Top of the box it says Transformers, Rise of the Beast. Nothing going on the bottom. There's the barcode, but I don't think you'll be able to use it because I think this figure is no longer in the stores. If you do find them somewhere in the back of a dusty shelf, you're lucky. But check Big Bad Toy Store. They had them stocked. With that being said, let's open up the box and get into the figure and all the accessories. Alright, so here he is out of the box, kind of. I transformed him into robot mode. He comes packed in his alt mode, but I transformed him into robot mode because all these guys are already in robot mode, so I don't feel like transforming all of them, so I just did him. Makes sense? I don't know, but to me it does. So we're gonna start off in robot mode, and then we're gonna end in his alt mode. And this is a really cool looking mold, if you ask me. Optimus Primal is really cool in robot mode, and so is Apelinq. Here is his head sculpt. He's more of a lighter gray tone than Optimus Primal. Primal has more black on silver. I want to say he's more gray on silver. Again, it's got the logo right there on the shoulder. Kind of try to do some, I don't know, weathering. Just looks bad when they do it. And they only do it on certain spots, and it's not throughout. Great molded detail, not enough paint though. Of course, you know, some of these robot bits would look really good if they were picked out in paint. I'm not that talented, so I can't do it. Arms are a little clumsy though. They're a little bit much going on in the arm area right here, not as clean. Here's his legs. Legs look pretty good. They got some schmutz on them as well. Got a little backpack, nothing too big. If you have Optimus Primal, you know what you're getting yourself into with this. Same exact mold, just different colorations, and the shoulders are different. Let's see what else. Just trying to look at Optimus Primal. Face sculptor, obviously. Weapons. Speaking of weapons, let's look at his accessories. So he comes with two of these, just done in a nice silver, and they have a dark gray hilt. He comes with a chain comes in two pieces that you combined here, and then at the tips here you put in let's see if I can get these on. It's hard to do this on camera. You put them in holes right here on both sides. So you have that going on if you wanted to have it. And it kind of bends, but only in two places. It's not a real chain, it's a molded in plastic chain. That's okay, I guess. And I'll show you how he holds that in a minute. And he also comes with a matrix, which is done in all orange. Optimus Primals is painted silver on orange. So get those two side by side so you can see them. Kind of like this one has more paint and everything stands out better. You have 2 of those. Now, of course, if you wanted to, you could take these and fold them up, and there's a tab, I believe, right here. If I can find it. Hold on, let me look for it. I'll put it on there. You can peg them in right here if you wanted to. It looks better in his alt mode as opposed to here. You can hold them like this. Then you can connect the chains, and you can have that look as well. I wish this was a little more bendable and posable, because it's kind of only bends in a couple areas, and it's not the easiest thing to have poses with. There's weapon storage in the back for these as well, which don't look too bad. There is a way to do this, but I don't know. The directions aren't as clear how to do this, so I ain't gonna worry about it. Alright, so here's Apelinq with, let me get her over here, Air Razor. See how tall he is compared to her. Here's with Mr. Incredible, Rhinox. Dude has such a huge body and small itty bitty legs. Here's with Cheetor. Here's with Optimus Prime, who is not fully in the picture. You can see how he looks with Optimus Primal. What's the same, what's different. Obviously the colors, the shoulder pads, and the head are all different, but it feels like, and his forearms on Apelinq are different than Optimus Primal's. If you look at the shoulders and the forearms, this is just a smooth one. He's got a serrated, more squared off forearm. A lot of differences. Similar but different, which is nice. And here's a group shot of all of them, the best I can do. Here's a group shot with him with the Autobots. And finally, here he is with the, he is with the Terracons. With this big mess of plastic. There's something I did find interesting with this chain, which I saw on MGo's review, is that you could take this and put it on Battletrap's mace. Either you can use the whole chain or just this, and you could plug it into this part of his arm if you wanted to. Not the cleanest thing in the world, but you could have him actually using it as a flail. That's what they call them. If you wanted to do that, which I thought was a good idea. You know, not a bad idea at all. All right, so that was robot mode. Stay tuned for part 2, where I do transform him into his alt mode. All right, and then after that, we'll do a look at his alt mode again. I don't know how many of these guys are going to transform into their alt modes, but I'm going to do some of them. Stay tuned. All right, everyone. So let's get, what is this one? Apelinq transformed into his alt mode. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take these off the weapon storage and turn them around. And now we will get started with transforming them. All right, so the instructions are showing you how to go from ape mode to robot mode. So we're going to reverse it, and we're going to go do it that way. So you want to open up these 2 panels here on his arms. Then you want to just swing the arms out like this. Close that up, turn this around, and then close that back up. And now you have, and then you could turn the fist around. So you have one arm done. You just do the same thing on this side. Bring that up, open this up, swing it around, close that up. Then take this, swing it up, all the way around. Wait. Come on. It's not letting me swing it. So there's that one side that's just fights you. All right, there we go. Okay. And then you want to turn the fist the right way. Is it the right way? Nope. Now they are. Okay. So now his arms are all done. Now you want to take, how did I do this? I think you gotta open up the chest piece here. All right, now we want to take this, you want to pull up on the head. Pull up and turn and spin this around. Bring it back down. Bring it head in place and then close that back up. Now for over here, you want to untab it. This thing is in tight. Bring this up and over. Up and over his head. You want to keep his head up so you get clearance, and then bring it back down. And then this piece you want to unclip. Actually, what you want to do before you do that is you want to take this, you want to spin that around. And then when you bring it down, you can clip it in place like that to form his back. And then this thing, you just want to spin around and bring it down to form his belly, and then push his head forward. So now you have the top part all done. Now you just gotta condense the legs in the back. And this is very easy. Just take his feet. Well, wait, actually you take these knee pads, right? You wanna pull these out on both sides. That way it'll give you the room to bring these around. You want to bring up the robot feet so you can bring out that foot, and then you want to take this leg and then bring it up and over and combine it so it overlaps like that. So that's how the foot looks. Same thing on this side. You want to bring this foot down, bring that around, clip it into place so the robot foot comes out. Or the beast foot comes out, and then you want to take it off this hinge here and bring it up and around. There we go. Now if you want, and that's pretty much robot mode. He's a squat little robotic ape, hence the name Apelinq, right? Just want to get these straightened out a little bit, and there you go. Very simple transformation, very, very easy, not that hard at all, but looks great once you do it. All right, so now let's take a look at his alt mode, and we'll do some comparisons as well, show you the weapon storage and all that of the good stuff. But before we do that, I want to show you the backdrop that he comes with. Before we get into robot mode, here is the backdrop. I always forget to display this when they were showing them. Now they're not doing it no more. But here he is on the backdrop from Rise of the Beast. This is the jungle scene where they meet up with the Autobots. Looks pretty good. It's a nice idea. Just, if you had the space, it would be even better to use them. Space and money are the collector's collecting problems, right? So here he is in his upright position, because you can't position him in what I want to call travel form, where he's on his knuckles. Very clean. This is a very good mold. It's probably the best one out of the whole Rise of the Beast line itself. Out of all of the figures, maybe him and Optimus Prime are probably the best. Scourge is okay. They have some problems with that guy. But let's take a look at the details. So here is his head. It's got like the robot with, fur going on here. You got the robot bits peeking out. It's got red, like really orangish eyes, if you could see. Kind of recessed, so it's kind of hard to see. Going down, here's the front of his chest. It's got like the faux chest hairs or fur. The big fat forearms. And then he's got the little stubby legs that compact into his yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on back here. You know, the feet are sticking out. It's not exactly as, the legs aren't as clean as like the top part of him is. Great colors though. He's a lighter color than Optimus Primal. He's a light gray. Primal is a nice darker black. Now for the big difference and the cool thing is you could take these and you could put these on like you did in the movie. You just want to bend it up. You have this post right here. It's going to peg into the arm port right here, and you just peg it in. And then you want to flip it around like that. I'm going to do that on the other side real quick. Oh, don't hit the camera. Now you have that look going on. I think for me personally, they could be a little bigger, but it's a really cool look. And DNA does have an upgrade kit for Optimus Primal to make an Apelinq, and I think it was on sale in Big Bad Toy Store. I was gonna pick it up, but then I got this guy, so I was like, nah, I'll just do it. This is okay for right now. This will do. But yeah, so that's what you can do with them. Of course, also you have the weapon storage back here if you want to put them over here as well. And of course, you have the same options where he could hold them with the chains and all that, but anyway, let's do some comparisons and then I'll show you let's do comparisons first. So here he is with the other Maximals. Here he is with Rhinox and Beast Mode. Let's bring these back a little bit so you guys can see. A little squat little Rhino. With Cheetor. The front of these legs are kind of bugging me. They're kind of too close together. Areas. She's a tough one because of that wingspan. But here he is with her. Here he is with Optimus Primal, but you guys can see the big differences with the shoulders, the forearms, and the coloration of the two. But this is probably the best mold out of all the Rise of Beast for Studio Series, next to Optimus Prime. And here's a group shot of all, 5 of them. They look pretty cool together. Once you get them all together, they look really good. Oh, and the last thing I should have done maybe before the comparison video is show the travel form where you can make him pretty much, I call it travel form because that's how he runs around in the mode. You just want to angle the feet up like this so you have it flush with the ground. Of course, you want to turn the fist around so the knuckles are forward. Where is it? Like this, right? And then bring its head up. So we have that going on. All right, so you could have that mode going on if you wanted to. I think you could probably make it go higher up. There you go. So you have that look. It looks like you're doing push-ups. But yeah, so you do have that option if you wanted to, which is a great idea. All right, so that was my lookout alt mode for Optimus Primal. I'm sorry, Apelinq. Apelinq. This is if you do have Optimus Primal, you do have Apelinq. That's what I say every time there's a repaint coming out. There's a slight mold differences with the shoulders, the weapons, the matrix, all that stuff. I think the shoulders color and forearms and the weapons, along with the matrix, are different colors, but transformation is identical to Optimus Primal. Really cool figure. Once you get them all together with the Maximals, they look great together. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, there was a Black Friday sale or a sale on Big Bad Toy Store where I picked him up for cheaper than he was going for in the store, which I never did see him in the store. I did see Optimus Primal. I never saw Apelinq. I am kind of a completionist when it comes to some of these Transformer lines, especially Studio Series. So I am missing Noah and Novocaine. Those are the last two I need for Rise of the Beast to have, I guess, the complete set as of right now. Don't know if they're going to be making more. If they're going to make any more of the bots. I forgot the name of the airplane, but we don't have him. But anyway, that's it for this video. I do hope you all enjoyed it. So until next time, Crazy Eights is out.